you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS. Do you have
My kid wrecked his car, his third car. The kid needs a car. We need the kid to have a car. What did I do? I begged my insurance agent for mercy. That's another story. Then I went to Copper Motors in Rapid City and found a safe, reliable car.
Copper & Motors is a small, trusted dealership specializing in safe, quality pre-owned vehicles. No pressure, no hassle. Each vehicle is inspected, serviced, and detailed with a warranty like no other. Copper & Motors, corner of Campbell and Omaha.
A few years ago, Security First Bank started talking about what it means to be the bank. And the truth is, for 125 years, we've known exactly what it means to you. Consistency, dependability, determination, and devotion. For 125 years, we've been resilient and steadfast in our commitment to you. History is not just looking backward, it's also the stuff we're made of moving forward. Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live. Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead,
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name. When you ask,
this is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
New Chevy trucks and SUVs are arriving almost daily at Denny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet. It's our best selection in years. Buy a new 2024 all-wheel drive Blazer and save up to $2,000 off MSRP. A new 24 all-wheel drive Equinox is $1,500 off MSRP. Or take advantage of financing as low as 1.9% APR and no payments for 90 days on either. See us at Denny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet or DennyManholtRapidChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. New Chevy trucks and...
Now that we're in the final quarter of the year, it's time to start thinking about the 2022 tax year. W-2s and 1099s are scheduled to be out in January, but don't worry, Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping Services has you covered. They stay on top of the ever-changing tax laws impacting small businesses and corporations. Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping has your best interests at heart. Don't wait until the last minute. Get a head start on your 2022 taxes. Call Jennifer Young or go to jenniferyoungsbookkeeping.com or find her on Facebook.
Family is the fabric of who we are. The generations that came before us and the ones that will carry on after. At Monument Health, we're dedicated to these communities because they're our communities. We're committed to building the healthcare system of tomorrow with medical knowledge and expertise you can trust, close to home. Here to care, here to connect, here for you, today and tomorrow. Monument Health.
Alternative Fuel Coffee House, located in downtown Rapid City, has been a staple since 2006, offering an espresso bar, smoothie bar, and more. If food is what you're looking for, check out their menu. Using local ingredients for their drinks and recipes is their way of showing how important shopping local is. Come in and visit them during skating and patio season for the best coffee experience in town. Who's filling up your cup? Alternative Fuel Coffee House. Looking to spruce things up for dinner tonight? Order online or buy the Inferno's Food by Fire app for your best meal in Rapid City. Inferno's has the best Stonefire signature pizzas, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Build your own pizza all while watching the latest high school or NFL action. Even better, receive a 10% discount off your next order when you mention Live Ticket. That's at Inferno's Food by Fire.
Make winter driving a bit easier in a pre-owned SUV from Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda. Choose from late model local trades, Fords, GMCs, Toyotas, Nissans, Jeeps, Subarus, Chevys, and more. Plus, we have the area's best selection of pre-owned Honda and Honda certified pre-owned trucks and SUVs. To make it easier on your bank account, buy with no money down and make no payments for 90 days. The used sport utilities you want are here at Denny Menlo, Rushmore Honda, or RushmoreHonda.com. Make winter driving
your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Just from watching these two teams in the last couple of weeks, I think we're going to have a much different ball game here tonight, and I think it will clearly be a battle.
Yeah, I believe you are right. Like you said, that score didn't really indicate how the game went. Both teams played really hard. I thought the Cobblers did really well. But I'm going to say, right now the Raiders, they aren't playing great basketball. They're in the top. They're at the number 10 in the seed point. The Cobblers are closing in really quickly, and this will be an amazing win for them, bringing them so much closer to that playoff seeding spot. But they're just, unfortunately, the Raiders are just. You want to be playing better ball at the end of January than you were at the beginning of December. I'm not sure if the Raiders really are, and I think the Cobblers have a chance to really take advantage of that tonight.
Right now, the Raiders coming in, they're averaging 53.5 points per game, but they're giving up almost 48 points per game. And for the Cobblers, again, they moved into the number 12 spot right now in the rankings or in the standings for Class AA, and they have really increased their scoring, averaging a little over 49 points per game and giving up about 52 points per game. So things kind of switching there for the Cobblers as they are definitely improving as the season progresses.
Oh, yeah, and of course that three-game winning streak really helps that a lot, and I know the Raiders have one, but the Raiders have not been dominating their opponents by any means, and the Cobblers just last night, a very good Spearfish team, just absolutely kind of more than we expected. We expected a good game. We didn't expect the Cobblers to blow them out.
Well, we are getting set for tip-off here tonight. We are going to pause, though, for the national anthem. When we return, we'll take a look at the starting lineups, and then we'll get you set for the tip-off. It's the Raiders and the Cobblers coming up next right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Like I said, we'll pause for the national anthem. We'll return in 2 minutes right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and also on foxsportsrapidcity.com, as well as GoRaidersLive.com.
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today. Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred.
Sear Black Hill Steakhouse is a proud supporter of local youth sports. They invite you to experience the difference at the area's newest locally owned steakhouse. From their local and regional sourced ingredients to their perfectly seared steaks, you're sure to enjoy. They look forward to seeing you. Sear Black Hill Steakhouse is a proud supporter of all local youth sports. Sear Black Hill Steakhouse, experience the difference.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our two locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset. At Dakota Discount RV, our mission...
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live. Whether you're
Harold Hire Gymnasium on this Friday night to the J&J Truck and Auto Body pregame show presented by J&J Truck and Auto Body. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham, getting you set for round 2 of the Rapid City rivalry. It's the girls tonight as Rapid City Stevens coming in 7-5 on the season, getting set to take on the Rapid City Central Cobblers. These two teams met back in late December with the Raiders pulling out the win by 11, 68-57. Looking for a great matchup tonight as these two teams both riding a 3-game win streak into this contest. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. Today's starting lineups are built by Connect Home Center. Whether it's residential or commercial, Connect Home Center is your one-stop shop for all of your building and hardware needs. Connect Home Center, your hometown lumber yard since 1928. Taking a look at the starting lineup first for the Rapid City Central Cobblers, they will go with number 1, Lolo Carlo, a 5'8" senior guard. Also number 2, Mariel Kolhoff. She is a 5'7" senior guard. Number 11, Aaliyah Jones, had 9 points last night in the win over Spearfish, hitting 3 3-pointers. Aaliyah is a 5'8" senior guard. Number 13, Malik Ballas. Malik is a 5'8" senior guard forward. And in the post for the Cobblers, number 15, Leah Landry, a 5'10" freshman forward. Again, had a double-double last night, 15 points and 16 rebounds. Head coach for the Rapid City Central Cobblers in her first year is Taya Keemiller. Now taking a look at the starting lineups for the home team, the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. They will go with number 1, Brittany Jones, a 5'6" junior guard. Number 3, Talia Porter, averaging a little better than 21 points per game. Talia is a 5'8" junior guard. Number 11, Finley Love. She is a 5'5" sophomore guard. Number 20, Isabel Higgins, a 5'8" senior forward. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Raiders, number 23, Hallie Peterson, a 5'8" sophomore forward. Head coach for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders in his third year is Adam Dannenbring. Again, that's today's starting lineups being built by Connect Home Center, your hometown lumber yard since 1928. Let's meet our officials for tonight's ball game. The law on the court is brought to us by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Today's officials are Brandon Kemp, Matt Gottlieb, and Nate Montgomery. And we are getting set for the tip-off here tonight. Pretty good crowd.
Yeah, considering the soccer start tonight.
It does start this weekend. Yep, starts today.
Of course, we have the, I don't want to say cross town, because it is kind of, but on the other part of town, down south there. Of course, another big game tonight. The boys, the St. Thomas Fort Cavalier boys, and the Varsity Christian Comet taking on. And so this is literally a rivalry night. You have
Absolutely.
Here, and you have the other two Rapid City schools over there.
And we will keep you updated throughout the course of the night. The score of of that boys game between Rapid City Christian and St. Thomas More. Last year, the Cavaliers won that game, so we'll definitely keep you updated on that. So the Cobblers come out to the court. They'll be in their visiting red uniforms with the white numbers. The Raiders in their home white uniforms with the blue numbers. It is whiteout cancer night tonight as well. There's the tip. It is controlled by the Raiders going from left to right as this game is underway. Here's Jones in the front court. They go to Higgins. Now back to Jones, top of the key. Zone defense by the Cobblers, which they ran that very well last night. Here's Jones, bounce pass. It goes to Higgins in the corner. Back to Jones. It's going to be stolen by Aaliyah Jones, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Cobbler basketball. Of course, the Raiders putting a little bit of pressure on themselves. Here's Landry into the front court. They go to Kohlhoff. She loses the ball. Going to be picked up by Porter. And then Porter loses it, but a reach-in foul on Mariel Kohlhoff. That'll be her first, the Cobblers' first team foul.
Well, that's not the beginning that either team wanted. Mm-hmm. Each team has a turnover to start with, right into our keys to the game.
Finley Love triggers it in. She gets it to Jones. Now back to Love on the right wing. Back to Jones, looking inside. There's the bounce pass to Peterson. Peterson to Higgins. Higgins puts up the shot. No good. A battle for the rebound. Peterson comes away with it, and we'll get a whistle. I know it's going to be it will be a travel against the Raiders.
So three possessions, 3 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we did get a shot off of that last one there, but Raiders getting an offensive rebound on that one. So
Aaliyah Jones triggers it in. She gets it into Kohlhoff. Now they go to Landry. Landry, though, she does get into the front court, drives, puts up the shot. That's no good. Higgins grabs the rebound, bounce pass to Peterson. Peterson to Love in the front court. Love, down low to Porter. Porter banks it in for 2.
The Raiders, they can move the ball quickly as well. And I'm wondering if, we kind of talked about it last night, the Cobblers, are they going to be a little bit worn out? Back-to-back games they're playing, and it's devastating a defense that they have.
Finley Love the steal. She drives, has the shot blocked by Aaliyah Jones, but that's going to be a whistle against Jones, and Love goes to the free throw line.
Wow, turnovers aplenty. We've got more turnovers than points so far here. We're a little over a minute into the game.
Aaliyah Jones picks up her first, second team foul this quarter against the Cobblers. Finley Love at the free throw line. She'll shoot 2. The first one is good to give the Raiders a 3-0 lead on the State Farm scoreboard.
40% free throw shooter. Well, I guess that's field goal shooting. I missed the wrong.
Love makes both free throws. And it's now 4-0. The Raiders on top of the Cobblers. Landry in the front court, drives to the right baseline, into the corner, passes the ball to Fallis. Fallis, left side, they go to Jones. Jones being guarded by Brittany Jones, fires a 3. That one's no good. Brittany Jones, the rebound for the Raiders. She'll push the ball in the front court. She gets it to Love in the corner. Now they go to Porter in the low post. She puts up the shot and banks it in for 2.
Yeah, when she gets that, she's like Shunzi White woman. When she gets down low, you have a hard time defending her. She's got the move.
6-0. The Raiders come out with that early lead. Here's Carlo in the front court, around the screen to the left side, gets to the top of the key, wants to drive on Peterson, spins back to her right, gives the ball to Jones. Jones to the left wing, now to Fallis in the left corner. She'll fire a 3. That one a little too strong, no good. Landry a rebound. The ball is loose. We're going to get a foul, though, against Rapid City Stevens.
Two teams just kind of battling out there. Kind of a little stumbling around a little bit here as they're trying to get their bearings here. Get the feeling of the rivalry game.
Higgins gets called for her first team foul against Rapid City Stevens. Jones the basketball, gives it to Fallis, top of the key. Fallis hands it off to Carlo. Carlo wide open from the top of the key, puts up the 3. That's in and out, no good. A battle for the loose ball. Higgins comes away with it. Higgins to Jones. Jones crossover dribble, gets into the front court. Left side, they go to Porter. And the Raiders leading 6-0 with 5:25 to go here in quarter number 1. Here's Jones, double team, gets it to Higgins. Higgins now along the baseline. We're going to get a jump ball between Higgins and Landry. Gracelyn Strand will come in. She replaces Mario Colha.
You know, the shots the Cobblers have taken, they hit them early on in that game, and I think it just instantly took Spearfish out of the game, and I think they were playing from behind the whole time. Leah Landry's got eggs. She's got blood on her?
She does have blood on her. Maybe she got hit in the nose or something, and she had some blood on her hands. So coming in for her is number 5, Elise Napola, a 5'10 freshman forward. Now we're going to get a whistle against Higgins. And that's going to be number 2 on Isabel Higgins.
Oh, quick storylines early on right here. Higgins, who's a huge part of their rebounding war.
Tamia Poorbear checks in. Tamia is a 5'10 junior forward. So she replaces Isabel Higgins. Lolo Carlo in the left wing. Gets it outside. It goes to Jones. She'll fire a 3. That one is good for Jones.
That's the spark that the Cobblers needed.
6-3, Raiders leading the Cobblers with 4:52 to go here in the first quarter. Brittany Jones, the basketball, drives to the right baseline, kicks it outside. It's going to go to Love. Love puts up the shot in the paint. That's no good. Porter gets it back. It was Jones for a moment, and then Porter gets it and puts it in for 2.
We knew she had quick hands, a quick steal, and especially when you're right at your own basket.
6 points for Talia Porter. Here's Carlo, the basketball, trying to work it into Fallis. It's knocked away by Poorbear. Jones comes away with it. There's the bounce pass to Peterson. And in transition, Peterson puts it in for 2.
I'll tell you what, the best part of that, what it is, the layup is the assist by Brittany Jones. You see it, she went right around the defender. Just a perfect feed right in stride.
4:21 remaining here in the first quarter on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. The Raiders jump out to a 10-3 lead over the Rapid City Central Cobblers. Like you said, the Cobblers had a big game last night, playing back-to-back, and now playing your rival, maybe a little tired.
Yeah, is it tired? I can't imagine it's focused. But, you know, when you're a little tired, sometimes mentally you had to, it was I don't know how late they stayed. I know we were late, but of course, you know, they had their game. Then they had to come, a really tough game, come home, go to school. Now you're back out. And so, yeah, I think it takes a toll on you.
Carlo now gets the ball to Jones. Jones works her way into the front court for the Cobblers. Bounce pass goes to Strand. Strand takes a step in. Bounce pass down low to Fallis. But she can't get to it in time, and it goes out of bounds.
I mean, to be honest, right now, the Cobblers, they kind of look like a different team than what we saw last night.
Absolutely. Brittany Jones will trigger it in. She gets it to Peterson. Peterson ahead to Love in the front court. She has to chase down the loose ball. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Fallis, so it stays.
Yeah,
Raider basketball.
She was trailing Finley Love, and Finley just I don't think she even realized what Finley was going to do. She just whipped it behind her and ricocheted right off of Fallis.
And the Raiders going from left to right. Jones from that left corner gets the ball in. They go to Love. Love, top of the key, gives the ball to Peterson. Peterson passes it to Jones on the right wing. Brittany Jones directing traffic. Picks up her dribble, gives the ball to Love. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Finley Love being guarded by Carlo. They go to Peterson, now left side to Jones. Jones into the left corner. Porter shoots the 3. That one no good. Chasing down the loose ball is Jones, and Jones steps out of bounds, though, as she was pressured right there by Finley Love. So a lot of turnovers early here for the Cobblers.
Yeah, and it really looked like the Raiders are much more fresh. Is fresher a word? Much more fresh.
Finley Love the basketball. There's Jones, puts up the shot from the corner, no good. Aaliyah Jones the rebound, ahead to Landry, who's checked back in. Landry passes right side. Strand's going to shoot the 3. In and out, no good. A battle for the rebound. Strand gets the offensive rebound, gets it to Fallis. Fallis drives the left baseline, now throws it back out. They're going to get it to Jones. Jones against Poorbear. Dribbles to the right side, gets to the elbow. And we're going to get a foul. This will be an offensive foul or a blocking foul on Carlo, I believe.
Yeah, just an illegal screen. She was trying to work on the screen and come around it. 4 bodies collide, and Those are tough ones there.
I think they're discussing who the foul was on as Brandon Kemp and Nate Montgomery get together.
And Adam Dannenbrink split that game.
So it's going to be Tamia Porbear.
So, it was not an offensive foul. It's
Porbear with her first third-team foul against the Raiders. They get the ball into Landry. That shot is no good. Porbear applied the pressure. Raiders come away with it. Finley Love in the front court, hands the ball to Jones. Jones drives, loses the ball in the hands of Landry. Landry to Kohlhoff, who's checked back in. Mariel Kohlhoff in the front court. Left side, they go to Carlo. Here's Carlo one-on-one with Love. Gets around the screen to the right side, gets to the wing. Passes the ball to Kohlhoff, now left side to Fallis. Fallis drills to the top of the key. They go to Strand on the left wing, back to Fallis in the low post. She backs her way in, spins, puts up the shot. No good for the Cobblers as their shooting woes continue. Here's Jones back the other way in a hurry. She gives it to Love. Love shoots the three. No good. Carlo the rebound. And then a reach-in foul. That will be on Finley Love.
And is that another? Coach Dannenbrink is not happy with Finley. Like, don't get in there. She's so aggressive, and you want to keep that aggressive nature, but you got to be able to pick and choose the times in which you're going to push that pressure and try to get a foul. When you're clearly on the backside of them and you got to kind of, reach around and get into it, it's like just not worth it.
10-3 is the score, a 7-point lead for the Raiders. 2:14 remaining here in quarter number one. Aaliyah Jones drives the lane, puts up the shot, no good. A battle for the rebound. Jones on the court, actually her and Porbear. The ball was tapped around. Coming away with it is Fallis. And if we're finally going to whistle, it's going to be a foul against, I'm not sure who.
Right? Number 3.
Or that'll be Talia Porter picking up her first 15 fouls, so we're in the bonus.
They're all lighting up. Nobody's listening. This is a free throw.
Now do they determine who shoots the free throws?
No, that wasn't on. Yeah.
Was on Porter.
Yeah, everybody getting together talking about it. And that's what it is. And that happens too.
So Malik Fallis at the free throw line. So get 2 free throws as the Cobblers are in the bonus.
And, here's kind of one way you can kind of tell that the Cobblers are tired. First of all, we anticipated it. So we're kind of looking for it, number one. Number 2, their shots are just a hair bit off. Their passes when they're handling the ball, just a hair bit off. Their recovery on defense, just a hair bit off.
Fallis misses both free throws, but their Cobblers get it back, and then Jones misses that one terribly.
A wide-open shot is just airmails it somewhere else.
They get the ball into the front court. The shot is no good for the Raiders. Fallis grabs the loose ball. Still a 7-point Raider lead. Here's Aaliyah Jones in the front court. Crossover dribble. She gets into the paint. Kicks it outside to Landry. Landry drives, puts up the shot, and we're going to get a blocking foul against Tamia Porbear. Checking in also Jessa Griswold, a 5'6" sophomore guard, not 6 foot, 5'6".
So hard sometimes when you're playing defense like that. You've got an offender who just drives in there hard, but she tries to sneak around her opponent. So you're just kind of standing there. You just catch part of it. You end up getting the foul because you're technically not in a legal guarding position, and frustrating sometimes.
Leah Landry makes the first free throw. Second free throw is no good. Talia Porter comes away with it. 10-4 is your score, a 6-point lead. Here's Griswold in the front court. Bounce pass right side. They get it to Schreiber, now back to Porter. Porter top of the key. There's that zone defense. Jones to Griswold on the left wing. Griswold gives it to Jones. Jones looking inside in the post. Now they go to Higgins. Higgins puts up the short jumper, bounces around the rim and goes in. First basket for Isabel Higgins, and it's an 8-point Raider lead.
A little risky having Higgins in here at the moment with 2 fouls.
Aubrey Sains is in the game. She's going to give the ball, and there's the scoop shot for Carlo as she makes a trip to the free throw line as she's fouled. The foul is on Brittany Jones. That is her first. Lolo Carlo will get 2 free throws. That one is no good for Carlo. So just 1 of 5 for the Cobblers from the free throw line. Last night, Carlo was shooting 50%, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Second free throw by Carlo is good. She had 17 points last night in that win against Spearfish. It is a 7-point Raider lead, 12-5 with 50 seconds remaining. Here's a steal by Kohlhoff for the Cobblers. Kohlhoff in the front court. Hands the ball to Carlo. Down to 40 seconds. Carlo being guarded by Jones. Bounce pass to Leah Landry along at the free throw line. And now the ball is going to be stolen by Griswold. Griswold to Porter in the front court. Porter drives hard to the basket, and it's going to be a charging foul on Talia Porter.
The whole bench absolutely erupts for the Raiders.
And that is number 2 on Talia Porter.
She's going to have to sit down, and no one likes it. Dannenberg is shaking his head like, no. And the defender was clearly there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that.
So Hallie Peterson checks back in for Talia Porter. Shot clock is off. We're down to 24 seconds. The Cobblers can hold for the final shot if they choose. Here's Carlo the basketball around the screen to the top of the key. There's the bounce pass, low post. Spin move by Landry, and she gets the friendly bounce. 3 points for Landry. 9 seconds now. Here's the ball in the front court to Higgins. And Higgins, they will wave off the basket. A travel on Isabel Higgins.
Yeah, she got the ball. She turned around, she looked, and realized how far she was. And, I can't dribble. I want to see if I can sneak in there. And, yeah, she just...
Down to 3 seconds. Carlo in the front court puts up the shot at the buzzer, and it is just short.
That was a great look.
That is the way we end the first quarter here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. At the end of 1, it's Rapid City Stevens 12, Rapid City Central 7. We're back in 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and GoRaidersLive.com.
If it's time for a new roof, maybe it's time we talk. Hi, I'm Scott Dorcas with Premier Systems Roofing. We offer free inspections and estimates, full labor and manufacturer warranties, and we are a preferred contractor for insurance companies. We've been a South Dakota company since 2002, serving the entire state. And we are proud to sponsor South Dakota sports and activities. Premier Systems Roofing. On time, on budget, and on call 24/7.
And welcome back to Carroll Higher Gymnasium on this Friday night. We want to welcome you to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation. It's round 2 of the Rapid City rivalry for the girls' game. Real quickly, we'll get to a score in just a moment. The Raiders have the basketball. To start this second quarter, they lead 12-7. Here's Porter, who came back in underneath. She tried to kick the ball outside. Jones is going to get the ball. Now it's going to be stolen back by Higgins, but an over and back violation by Isabel Higgins.
The steal was right in the wrong spot at the wrong time, and she couldn't slow down enough and collected it and went back to the other side.
Being a JV final, we don't always do a lot of JV scores, but St. Thomas More over Rapid City Christian in the JV game tonight, 74-70.
Wow. I did that one last year, actually. That was an incredible game. A lot of yelling.
Here's Landry in the low post, spins. Now she's going to throw it to the left corner. Jones shoots the 3. That one off the mark, no good. Rebound to Peterson for the Raiders. Here's Peterson. She'll get into the front court for Rapid City Stevens. Dribbles to this near side as the Raiders go from left to right. She hands the ball to Love. Love goes to Higgins now at the free throw line. Left side to Jones. Baseline jumper for Jones. In and out, no good. Higgins the rebound. Shot is blocked, but a foul, and that will be on the Cobblers, Leah Landry.
Yeah, again, she's underneath backside. You can't play deep from the backside. I think she tried to do that again last night against Fairfish and got called for something.
That's number 1 on Landry. First team foul this quarter for the Cobblers. At the free throw line is Higgins. And Higgins misses the free throw. She has 2 points in this ball game. From the free throw line, it looks like a 58% free throw shooter for Isabel Higgins.
And they're talking to Leah Landry about the blood on her nose. They're saying it's dry. And she's saying it's dry. They're like, are you sure? And she talked the official into it. I mean,
Higgins makes the second free throw. It is 13-7, and it's going to be a travel at the other end by Lolo Carlo. Almost 1 minute gone by here in the second quarter. The Raiders lead the Cobblers 13-7 in the second meeting of the season between these two teams. Finley loved the basketball. They go to Jones. Jones looking inside the bounce pass. She'll throw it to the left corner. Peterson shoots the three. That's in and out, no good. Higgins, the rebound. She puts up the shot, no good. Porter's shot is no good. 3 opportunities, and the Raiders come up empty. But then another turnover by the Cobblers. So the Raiders get it back. In the front court, it's going to be Peterson. Peterson gets it to Love. Now they go to Higgins in the right corner. Back to Love on the right wing. She'll dribble to the top of the key. Zone defense by the Cobblers. Finley Love. Left side to Jones. Brittany Jones the basketball. Jones to Porter along the baseline. She splits the defenders, feeds it to Jones, and Jones banks it in for 2.
It was a great job that time. It was all started with Hallie Peterson. Drove in, the defense collapsed, 2 good passes, and a shot.
Here's a floater at the other end by Carlo. That's no good. She gets her own rebound to keep it alive. Carlo to Landry. Landry, a clear pass to the basket, drives hard, shots no good. Higgins gets the rebound for the Raiders. Higgins outlet pass to Love, now ahead to Peterson in the front court. Peterson back to Jones. Raiders lead 15-7 on the State Farm scoreboard. 5:42 remaining in the second quarter. Jones in that left corner now. Drives the baseline. Passes back to Peterson. Peterson to Jones in the left corner. Jones drives the baseline. She's cut off. She'll get it to Peterson. Now they go to Higgins. Down low to Porter on the low post. She saves it to Jones. Jones puts up the jumper. That's no good. Mariel Kohlhoff the rebound. Jones misses everything. There's the bounce pass. Landry works her way into the front court on the far side as the Cobblers go from right to left. She'll give the ball to Jones. Jones to Carlo. Carlo top of the key. She'll drive to the basket, puts up the shot. It's no good. Dallas went for the steal, but she steps out of bounds. Just a rough start to this ball game for the Cobblers, but neither team really shooting all that well.
No, yeah, you're right. The Cobblers defense is still doing a fairly decent job. The Raiders are they need to do is they need to swing the ball around. They're keeping it in kind of in the same area, and it makes it easier for the Cobblers. There's a couple times when they did get a good swing, and the Cobblers had to try to adjust, and they got a good shot off.
Here's Jones in the front court. They go get it to Love, and now there's a steal as they try to work it inside. And now we're going to get a blocking foul. That will either be on Porter or Love.
No, that's going to be on. It should be on Love.
That is going to be number 2 on Finley Love. So you look at it right now: Tamia Forbear, Finley Love, Higgins, and Porter all with 2.
Yeah, it definitely early on foul troubles. That could be a big storyline as the game goes along.
Carlo in the front court, gets around the screen to the left wing, goes one-on-one with Jones. Gets to that left baseline, now kicks it back outside. They go to Jones. Leah Jones, the basketball, gets to the right wing. There's the pick and roll down low to Landry. Landry, a spin move, and she puts it in for 2.
Man, what a great job that time by Landry. Underneath through 2 defenders.
5 points in the ball game for the freshman Leah Landry. Jones in the front court. It's a 6-point Raider lead. Cross-court pass to Schreiber. She'll shoot the 3. That one's no good. Higgins, another rebound. Kicks it outside. They're going to go to Jones. Jones drives now. The scoop shot is no good. Landry, another rebound. She'll hand the ball off to Carlo. Carlo races into the front court, top of the key. Left side, they go to Jones. Jones fires a 3. That's no good, but Jones is fouled by Mackenzie Schreiber.
Aaliyah Jones boy, she needs to go into business in real estate. She sold that foul. I'm not saying there wasn't contact. I'm saying when she got hit, she literally sat herself down on the ground. If you go, because you have to watch that one on the video. She didn't fall down. She didn't get knocked down. She shot, and she landed. She must have got hit on the arm, and then she literally just sat herself on the ground.
Aaliyah Jones at the free throw line. She gets 3. She misses the first. Second free throw attempt is good.
Just goes to show you that she is, quote, coached or trained well.
It's a 5-point Raider lead now, 15-10. Here's the last free throw for Jones. She makes 2 out of 3. She has 5 points in the game. And this lead is now only 4 for the Raiders, 15-11, with 3:50 left before halftime. Griswold gets the ball to Jones for the Raiders. She'll get into the front court on the far side, across from the scorer's table. Gives the ball to Griswold, top of the key. Griswold back to Jones. Zone defense by the Cobblers. Jones dribbles around the perimeter, gets to the left wing, picks up her dribble, passes to Porter. And Coach Dannenbring's going to take a timeout with 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
Well, they really weren't doing anything. I don't know if he's trying to set up something. They basically just stood there, and everyone was standing there. Nobody was moving around. You got to set up something, a penetration, a pass. You got to get them to shift the ball from their bodies from one side to another by passing the ball.
So the Raiders take a timeout. We'll take one as well with 3:27 left in the second quarter. On the State Farm scoreboard, it's the Raiders 15 and the Cobblers 11. We'll return in 30 seconds on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City. Hey, welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium. Girls basketball action with the Raiders leading the Cobblers 15-11. It's Raider basketball. Porter in the low post and a shot clock violation for the Raiders. They had 8 seconds coming out of that timeout and just took too much time to set something up. Carlo now being pressured by Griswold. Spins to her left, works her way into the front court, right in front of the scorer's table. They get it to Jones. Now back to Carlo. Carlo, top of the key, bounce pass, left elbow. They're going to get it to Landry. Landry in the paint, drives, puts up the shot. A little too strong, no good. Griswold comes away with it, in a hurry, gets in the front court for the Raiders. Had the ball swatted out of her hand, but it's going to be a foul against Tracelyn Strand. That will be her first, team's second for this quarter. Tamia Poorbear checks in, as does Hallie Peterson.
Look how the Cobblers have battled back, and again, that defense just forces you to only do a couple of different things as a Raider, and right now they're struggling to just do that.
Here's Brittany Jones, gets the ball, it goes to Griswold, now back to Jones. Going to be knocked out of bounds by Aaliyah Jones. Nate Montgomery and Brandon Kemp talk briefly, the two officials. It will stay Raider basketball.
They were wondering who's going to buy dinner tonight.
Is that what it is? Brittany Jones, the inbound pass. It goes to Porter, now right side to Peterson on the wing. They go to Poorbear. Poorbear kicks it out to Peterson. Peterson wants to drive. Left side, they get it to Griswold. Griswold back to Peterson. Peterson on the wing. They go to Poorbear. Poorbear, the scoop shot. And it's going to be a travel on Tamia Poorbear.
And Adam Dannenbring is beside himself. His animation is just going nuts over there. He can't believe they made that step-through call.
Here's Aaliyah Jones in the backcourt for the Cobblers. Crossover dribble. Passes to Landry in the front court. Again, a 4-point lead for the Raiders. There's Landry. She'll pass it out to Strand, but it goes through the hands of Strand and goes right out of bounds.
That's kind of the turnovers are just incredible.
It'll be interesting to get the stat or to get the box score there, the stats there at halftime. Alec Peterson works away into the front court, being hounded by Carlo. Peterson, left side to Griswold. Griswold on the wing, bounce pass down low in the post to Forbear. Forbear, again, tries to bounce it in or bank it in, and she does just that.
Yes, she did what Leah Landry does on that end of the court, but she did it over here.
Landry at the other end, bounce pass down low to Fallis. Fallis back to Landry, but it's going to be a travel on Fallis.
One thing that as this game's gone along, I mean, we're almost at halftime here. There really isn't a lot of flow. It's a lot of stoppage and just the turnovers. They're just incredible.
Mario Kolhoff checks back in, as does Aubrey Sames. Here's Mackenzie Schreiber for three. That one's no good. It goes out of bounds, and the Cobblers come away with it.
I think they must have moved the basket tonight somehow. Some way.
So,
yeah, the shooting percentages are just not here.
It is going to be low tonight. There's Landry now. Along that left sideline, gets into the front court, gets in the lane, puts up the shot. No good at the other end. She'll get the rebound, though. She'll pass it back to Jones. Still Cobbler basketball. Jones shoots the three. And it's Sylvia Jones from the top of the keys. 2 threes in the game. She has 8 points overall. And it's a 3-point Raider lead. And then the Raiders throw it away. 1:09 to go before halftime. Rapid City Stevens 17, Rapid City Central 14. Aaliyah Jones in the front court. They go to Landry. She'll shoot the three from the corner. That one an air ball. Chasing it down was Sane, and she knocks it out of bounds, so the Raiders get it. Malik Fallis comes back in. She replaces Leah Landry. Here's Mackenzie Schreiber for the Raiders. In a hurry, gets into the front court. Schreiber back to Peterson. 53 seconds to play before half. They go to Griswold. Now to Jones. Jones puts up the shot. No good, but Jones is fouled. And Brittany Jones to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
I don't know how the Cobblers were setting up their defense. They had the pressure back there, and then as we got back, we saw players trying to scramble. And if you want to take advantage of a zone team, beat them before they're settled into their zone. And I think the Cobblers had time, but for some reason I saw a couple of players running from one side of a court to another. That usually doesn't happen in a zone. I don't think it's a box and one going on. It was kind of hard to tell, but either way, Jones was able to kind of get underneath, like you said, drive that baseline, got her body up underneath the defender, and got to the free throw line.
Forbear will exit as Lexi Portlock comes into the ball game. Jones misses both free throws. Here come the Cobblers. Carlo in the front court with 43 seconds to play before half. Carlo gets to the right elbow, spins, puts up the shot, and a travel on Carlo as she hits the deck.
Yeah, she tried the spin move, but then she got very stressed this year about it to all the officials about watching that pivot foot. If that pivot foot comes up and then back down again, then it's a travel, and you got to find it, and that's exactly what happened that time. Great call by Kemp.
Brittany Jones in the backcourt. Again, we're down to 30 seconds remaining before half. Here's Peterson now. Peterson to Mackenzie Schreiber. Schreiber on the right wing. Back to Peterson. And then cross-court pass. They go to Porter on the left wing. Porter wants to drive, gets it to Schreiber. Schreiber kicks it out to Peterson. Peterson bounce pass to Jones. They work it over to Higgins. Now back to Schreiber. Down to 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Higgins in the low post, and she's going to get the layup for the Raiders.
Again, that short porch. She just hangs out right in the short porch there. They got the Higgins in the corner. They tried to drop down, and she was there.
Jones puts up the shot at the buzzer. There was contact, but a no call by the officials, and that is halftime here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium.
I think Coach E. Miller is not like the officiating tonight. Just I don't think Coach Dannenbrink does either, to be honest.
So, on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it is halftime, and Rapid City Stevens leads Rapid City Central 19-14 on the State Farm scoreboard. We'll step aside for 1 minute. When we come back, it's the halftime show right here on 106.7 FM 11:50 a.m. Fox Sports Rapid City, and also on GoRaidersLive.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
The best new vehicles become the best pre-owned, and we have them at Denny Menno Toyota. Certified pre-owned Toyotas. Shop a nice selection of certified pre-owned Toyotas in stock. It gets better. Right now, get financing as low as 5.99% APR for up to 60 months on Camrys, RAV4s, and Corollas. That's 5.99 financing for 5 full years. Shop the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned at Denny Menno Toyota or DennyMennoToyota.com. The best new vehicle.
And welcome back to Carroll Higher Gymnasium with Dean Gurr. I'm Jerome Wickersham right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. We want to welcome you to the halftime show being built by Consolidated Construction. For more than 70 years, Consolidated has known that each project is more than just a building, it's a community. From start to finish, Consolidated knows that each project has a true purpose. Work with someone that was born in the Dakotas and has ingrained their business into this community. That's Consolidated Construction, online at onecalltobuild.com. So here at halftime of round 2 of the Rapid City rivalry, it's the girls' game tonight, and Rapid City Stevens leading 19-14 by 5 here at halftime. The Raiders jumped out to that early lead. They led 12-7 at the end of the first quarter, and then both teams scoring 7 points to put us where we're at right now at a 19-14 score. So, Dean, like you mentioned, though, earlier in our broadcast, though, through this first half, really neither team got into a flow.
No, it really, it's just been, it's like city driving. I know we don't get that too much, but pretend that you go downtown Rapid City and you don't hit the lights just right. All of a sudden, there's too much traffic. You're going from one, and then it's like 5 o'clock, and then you go to one, and you stop, and then you hurry and go, and then you go to. That's exactly the way this kind of game went. It's like 22 total turnovers in this game between both teams, and so and it's go, it's stop, it's go, it's stop, and you get a little here and a little there, and there's just absolutely no flow going on. So it makes it feel like maybe the energy level is less than maybe what it is. There's plenty of energy. I don't want to take that away, but I think just the feel of it does not feel like this amazing game is what we kind of expected. And I don't know. There's probably several things. The Raiders haven't played since last weekend. The Cobblers just played last night, so maybe the Raiders aren't quite into it. They've had a whole week off, or at least 6 days off since they've played basketball. The Cobblers may be a little bit drained from their hard-fought win last night where they played so hard and so well. So that might be the storyline of all the turnovers that have happened, the shots that aren't off the mark. The rebounding is fairly well. A real even amount of rebounds between both squads. So it's not that the ladies aren't working hard. I just think maybe slightly mentally they're not quite into it as maybe neither team expected coming into, as maybe the hype would say that they would be. They would be on their game and fired up and the adrenaline pumping or everything. I think just mentally you can just see some of the players maybe, that turnover wasn't quite it, or, the shot is just off just a little bit. So kind of all those kind of get together. I kind of expect a better second half just because, okay, we've already kind of got through this. We kind of rallied together. We got the whole rivalry, thought process out of the way. Now we're going to come in and just play some basketball.
Again, your score here at halftime, Rapid City Stevens leading Rapid City Central 19-14. Let's take a look at the box score brought to us by The Box. The Box is the Midwest's newest and most innovative event center. featuring native hardwood floors, digital scoreboards, color-changing lights. They have an enormous space to host multiple sports games at once. The Box is the premier youth sports venue in the area. But sports aren't the only thing they can host. The Box can turn into the perfect space for any of your meetings, conventions, or receptions. To plan your next event, visit thebox.live. Looking at the scoring first for the Raiders in this ball game, very balanced scoring. They're led by Talia Porter with 6 points, 5 points for Isabel Higgins, and then 2 points each for Brittany Jones, Finley Love, Hallie Peterson, and Tamia Porbear. For the Rapid City Central Cobblers, only 3 players in the scoring column, led by Aaliyah Jones with 8 points, 5 points for Leah Landry, and just 1 point for Lolo Carlo. Again, she had 17 last night in that win over the Spearfish Spartans, but only 1 point tonight for Lolo Carlo. As a team, the Raiders shot 32% total field goal percentage compared to the Cobblers just over 17%.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Last night, they shot 48% in the first half, 47% in the second half. So, yeah, definitely a lot of things off the mark for that, for them. They shot basically the same. They were 4 of 23 tonight. They were 12 of 25 last night. So is it a better defense? I don't know. Spearfish has got a pretty good defense. I think it's just a little bit of fatigue that's kind of setting in. So, those factors definitely causing what's going on.
And, Dean, if you're these coaches or this coaching staff, what do you see? Do you make any changes? What do you want to, try to maybe change coming into the second half?
Well, for the Raiders, they really need to slow down. I've already said it a couple of times already. They need to really work the ball. They're trying to set something up, and then it looks like they're setting up, and then they don't do anything. It's like you got to move. You got to get across. Run somebody along the baseline. Get that defense to shift. Swing the ball into the corner, then reverse it back the other direction. And what you can do is you get a ball screen or a screen off of that at one of the elbows right there, that creates that second chance opportunity for them, rather the second pass opportunity as they reverse the ball. For the Raiders, they love to shoot the ball from downtown, and they are 0 for 7 tonight. Now, I expected maybe 12 shots out of them, so I think they're being more choosy not to shoot them, but I think they really need to. Right now, they're not in a hurry, but that's really kind of part of their game. They'll really kind of elevate things for them, just their psyche in general, if they hit some of those. For the Cobblers, definitely much better second quarter than it was the first quarter. So I think they kind of got rid of the early game blues, whatever it might be, kind of started to hit things a little bit better, started to kind of figure things out. So I think that the Cobblers will just kind of keep on the same pace that they're at.
So your score here at halftime, 19-14, the Raiders leading the Cobblers in girls basketball action. Again, this is the halftime show built by Consolidated Construction. Again, visit Consolidated Construction online at onecalltobuild.com. We're going to step aside for 1 minute. When we come back, we'll get you set for the second half right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
For 125 years, Security First Bank has been the bank, a dependable fixture of the community and innovators of what comes next. As we celebrate our history, we remain committed to your dreams with dedicated and driven people, expertise, and attention. Because when you're the bank, you're driven by the people who are your customers, neighbors, and friends. And that's been our commitment since 1898. Security First Bank. We're the bank.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Give it up.
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales, Service, and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation here at Carroll Tire Gymnasium. I'm Jerome Wickersham. Always to my left is Dean Gurr, or it seems like that most of the time.
Aren't I your right-hand man?
I think so.
On your left.
We're getting set to start the second half. It's Cobbler basketball. They get it to Landry in the low post. Again, she spins too far underneath the basket. The Cobblers get it back, though. Carlo shoots the three. That's off the mark, no good. Peterson gets the basketball for the Raiders as they go from right to left. Here's Finley Love in the front court, drives the left baseline, puts up the floater. That one bounces around the rim, no good. Landry grabs her fourth rebound of the ball game. Ahead to Jones in the front court, now trying to get it to Fallis, but the ball goes through her hands and out of bounds, and the turnovers continue for the Cobblers.
And you know what? And they pushed the ball like that last night, and they were very successful in doing that. And the Raiders will do that as well tonight, but he said just things just slightly off target.
32 seconds gone by in the third quarter. Still a 5-point Raider lead on the State Farm scoreboard. Here's Brittany Jones in the front court. Left side, they go to Higgins in that left corner. She'll pass it back out to Peterson. Peterson to Higgins at the free throw line. Now right corner. That's going to be Love for three. That's in and out. And the Raiders continue to have tough shooting too. But Higgins saves it to Porter. Her shot's no good. But the Raiders will come away with it. Here's Finley Love. Crossover dribble. They get it to Porter in the left corner. Her shot is off the mark. No good. A battle for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. And the Cobblers come away with that.
And again, the woes of defensive rebounding for the Cobblers continue. The Raiders got 4 offensive rebounds in that possession alone.
Here's Mariel Kohlhoff in the front court as both teams start with their same starting 5. Carlo to Kohlhoff, top of the key. Left side, they get it to Jones on the wing. Jones back out front to Carlo. Carlo, they go to Landry in the paint. She spins once again, puts up the shot, and a travel by Leah Landry.
Yeah, she changed her pivot, but she went to spin to her left and then went back to her right and had the first pivot foot, then went back the other way, tried to step through. Well, you already had your pivot foot on the other foot, so there you go.
Some pressure defense by the Cobblers. Peterson, cross-court pass. They go to Jones. Jones trying to work her way into the front court, gets it to Porter, top of the key. Porter in the paint, feeds it to Love. Love, left corner, they go to Higgins, now back to Peterson. Peterson to Jones at the top of the key. Left side to Porter on the wing. Loses the ball but picks it up. Porter dribbles to the wing. Now they get it to Love. Back to Jones. Jones will dribble out to the wing. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Finley Love drives the right baseline. Puts up the shot, and it's no good. The rebound to Higgins, and Higgins will get the basket and one.
Isabel Higgins, I think she's having kind of a night, at least rebounding-wise, like she did in the state tournament last year. Just absolutely just dominating out there, getting some of the big ones. She had 6 in the first half, 3 offensive ones.
Trying to get some substitutions. That last foul was on Valik Fallis. That's her first team foul for the Cobblers. Again, Higgins with 7 points in this ball game. Second attempt coming, or the free throw attempt, rather, is good for Higgins. She has 8 points now. 6:03 remaining in the third. It's 22-14, an 8-point lead.
They tried to inbound it. I think she just lost it, and it fell inbounds, and Porter knew it. She just stared at it, and the Cobblers didn't come after it, and then they eventually touched it and turned it over.
So the Raiders get it right back. Here's Love in the right corner. Dribbles out to the wing. Now they go to Peterson. Peterson crossover dribble. In the left corner, Higgins is going to launch a three. That one is no good. It goes out of bounds, and the Cobblers will get the basketball. But again, the Cobblers have not scored yet in this quarter. Jones to Aubrey Sains, who's checked in. Now they get it to Landry in the front court. Landry gives the ball to Jones. Jones dribbles around the perimeter. It's over by the scorer's table. Now back to the top of the key. She'll get it to Strand for 3. That one in and out, no good. Sains grabs the offensive rebound. And we're going to get a whistle. That will be on the Raiders.
I think it's going to be on Porter. She kind of looks around. Was that me? Was that me? It is going to be. Yep, number 3.
So Talia Porter picking up number 3.
And Coach Stanbury's going to keep her in the game.
In the right corner, Aaliyah Jones shoots the 3. She's off the mark, no good. Porter gets the rebound. Talia Porter pushes the ball in the front court to Jones. Jones, right side, gets it to Higgins in the corner. Back out front, they'll get it to Peterson. Peterson, crossover dribble to the left side, hands the ball to Porter. Porter, cross-court pass to Jones on the right wing. Now they get it to Higgins, back to Porter. Over to Jones. Jones in the paint. The floater is up and no good. The ball is tipped around. It's going to get into the hands of Strand. Back to Landry. Landry to Strand. She'll cross the timeline for the Cobblers. Still an 8-point Raider lead. 4:40 remaining in quarter number 3. Jones around the screen. There's the pick and roll down low to Landry. Landry puts it in for 2.
Right in the middle. Double teamed everything. It just forces her way right through it.
In transition at the other end, it's Talia Porter getting the easy basket. 8 points now for Porter. Back to an 8-point lead, 24-16. 4:22 remaining in the third quarter. Raiders on top. Cobbler basketball. Here's Aaliyah Jones. Jones dribbles around the perimeter, pulls up, shoots the 3, and it's good for Jones. Nothing but net. She has 11 points in the ball game.
She just has such a smooth shot, just tickling the ivory.
Cobblers pull within 5 to the Raiders. Almost, and there is a steal by Jones. She'll get the ball to Strand in the front court. Strand goes coast to coast, can't get the basket, but a blocking foul will send Strand to the charity stripe.
Again, both teams, they love to run. They love to push the ball up the court. I think the Raiders, at the moment, are getting the slight edge off that, but the Cobblers are not going to go away.
The foul is on Hallie Peterson. That's her first second-team foul. Tracelyn Strand at the free throw line gets her first point of this ball game as she connects on the first free throw. We have Tamia Porbear, Hallie Peterson, and Jessa Griswold all checking into the ball game for the Raiders. A chance to pull within 3. Strand misses the second free throw, though. The ball is going to be tipped out of bounds, or knocked out of bounds. I thought it was last touched by Napola, but they say it was the Raiders. So it will remain Cobbler basketball. They get the ball into Landry. Landry puts up the shot, no good, but it travels on Leah Landry. And we've seen a lot of travel calls against Landry this evening. 24-20, the Cobblers pull within 4. 3:45 remaining in the third. Peterson left side to Porbear. Porbear on the wing. In the right corner to Peterson. Peterson picks up her dribble, hands the ball to Porbear. Porbear drives, has the shot blocked, but a whistle against the Cobblers, and Porbear goes to the free throw line.
Yeah, Porbear, she turned that corner. That secondary defender was right there. It was absolutely no match. She just stuck her arm out there and tried to just do some sort of defense. It just wasn't going to happen.
So Porbear shooting 2. She misses that one. Neither team really shooting free throws all that well.
That sounded like a Duke, North Carolina kind of
did. It was hitting loud. Of course, the Cobbler student section right below us. Across the way is the Raider student section. Second free throw, no good. It's going to be Napola, the rebound for the Cobblers. Here's Sains, the basketball.
Yeah, that's a
and a travel by Aubrey Sains.
Yeah, she just couldn't. She tried to get it back to the top, but the defender was all over her trajectory and just couldn't hold on to it.
We're down to 3 minutes and 19 seconds here in the third. 24-20, the Raiders by 4 over the Cobblers. Brittany Jones, the basketball. Right side, they go to Peterson. Cross-court pass back to Griswold. Griswold on that left wing. Passes to Jones. Now right side, they're going to get it to Peterson. Back to Jones. Jones to Porter in the paint. Triple team. She loses the ball. It's a scramble for it and a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to the Raiders.
It almost looked like somebody dropped a dollar bill and they're like, "Hey, let's go get it." They'll hit the floor like, "That's mine."
Brittany Jones will trigger it in along the right baseline. Works the ball in. It gets to Peterson. Now to Porbear. 5 seconds on the shot clock. The ball to Porter. Porter puts up the shot at the buzzer. It is no good. It goes out of bounds, and the Cobblers come away with it. Porter had to rush the shot that time because of the shot clock winding down.
Yeah, it still wasn't a bad-looking shot, little floater there.
Strand to Landry. Landry in the front court, being guarded by Griswold. On this near side, cross-court pass to Sains. Now they work it out to Jones. Jones in left corner to Sains. Sains, cross-court pass to Strand. She's going to fire the three. That's no good. Sains the rebound, and she banks it in for two.
Good job by Sains sneaking right in that back door to clean that up.
24-22, the Raiders by 2 with 2:15 to go in the third. On the State Farm scoreboard, here's Peterson. Peterson dribbles to the right wing. Bounce pass down low. They get it to Porter, and a travel on to Mia Porter.
Yeah, she tried to kind of muscle her way in. She kind of threw a shoulder in it, and as she did it, she kind of shuffled her feet.
Sains the basketball, and here's a steal by Porter for the Raiders. Porter backs her way in, puts up the shot, and she will get the basket for the Raiders. Nice defense there, and the basket for Talia Porter. She has 10. Back to a 4-point lead. In the right corner, Napola shoots the long jumper. That's no good. A battle for the rebound. Jones comes away with it for the Cobblers. Jones, cross-court pass. The ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Brittany Jones, so it will stay Cobbler basketball. Aubrey Sains will exit as Lolo Carlo comes back in for Central. Carlos had a quiet night, just 1 point this evening after 17 last night. Carlo around the screen. There's the pick and roll, trying to work it inside. It's going to be stolen by the Raiders. Here's Brittany Jones, but the ball is loose. It's going to be picked up. Strand ahead to Landry, and Landry gets the layup at the other end. 9 points for Leah Landry. 26-24. Driving at the other end. A tough shot there by the Raiders. It's no good. Carlo comes away with it. A chance for the Cobblers to tie. Strand in the front court, and a travel on Trace Wynn Strand.
Yeah, she got it and just tried to get her feet to the right footing that she needed to get going into the basket. Got the turnover on that time. I think the intensity level has definitely picked up.
It has.
Both teams are trying to push the ball back and forth.
65 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Raiders lead 26-24. Raider basketball. Porter in the low post. Passes outside. It goes to Love. Love back to Porter.
Yep, going to get a travel.
And I think we're going to get a foul against the Cobblers.
I kind of thought she drug her foot.
That is going to be Elise Napola with her second. Third team foul this quarter for the Cobblers. Griswold will trigger it in. She gets it to Porter, out to Love, now to Griswold, back to Porter in the low post. Porter trying to get it out to Porter. Porter shoots from the left corner. That's an air ball, but Porter there to get the offensive rebound and the putback for two. 4 points for Tamia Porter. 38 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Here's Landry in the low post. Puts up the shot. No good. Coming away with it is Porter to Griswold in the front court, and Griswold gets the layup in transition. First basket for Jessa Griswold. Just like that, the Raiders lead 30-24. Strand shoots the three. That's no good. Porter the rebound for the Raiders. Here comes Porter. Pushes the ball to Higgins. Higgins pump fakes, puts up the reverse, and we're going to call a foul on the floor.
On the floor. She tried to go up that time, but was it Landry that was there? No, Landry's up here.
It will be on Leah Landry, her second. Fourth team foul this quarter for the Cobblers.
So it's run and gun time. I thought maybe the Cobblers had a chance to set something up for like a final play, but that didn't happen.
10 seconds now. Here's Finley Love into the right corner to Griswold. 5 seconds. Griswold having trouble getting rid of the basketball. They get it to Porter. Porter has the shot blocked. She kicks it outside to Love, but Love can't get it off in time.
Yeah, Porter is having none of it. Everybody is in the corner, trapped everywhere. That smothering defense for the Cobblers doing the job.
On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. After 3, Rapid City Stevens leads Rapid City Central 30-24 in girls basketball action. We'll step aside for 1 minute. The fourth quarter coming up next right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and also on GoRaidersLive.com.
DeCisse gliding to the basket, out to 3, Jay Hayes, good.
Hi. You're listening to South Dakota High School basketball on Fox Sports Rapid City, presented by Black Hills Surgical Hospital Sports Medicine and powered by Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center.
And welcome back to Carroll Higher Gymnasium to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Cobbler basketball to start this fourth quarter. They trail by 6 to the Raiders. With the basketball, this is Carlo, top of the key. Carlo to Fallis. Fallis dribbles out to the wing. Almost lost the ball. Able to regain it. She drives. Dishes off to Landry, and Landry's going to get it for 2 as she feints it off the glass. 11 points for Leah Landry. 30-26 is your score. The Raiders by 4. Brittany Jones in the front court. Jones dribbles to left wing, picks up her dribble, and there's a steal by Landry. Landry goes coast to coast and gets the layup.
Wow, what a tournament event. The Cobblers alive and kicking here in this first minute of this fourth quarter.
They trailed by 6, and now the lead is 2. Brittany Jones goes down as Aaliyah Jones gets called for the foul. That is going to be number 2 on Aaliyah.
And I know Coach Miller doesn't like it, and that's a hard one to grasp because you have 2 players going for it. Actually, Aaliyah Jones was going for the ball and just missed it. I think if she would have tipped it, it would have been a different story, but she just missed it. Brittany Jones got it and was heading the other way and just tripped over her.
Again, it's a 4-0 run to start this fourth quarter for the Cobblers. They've closed to within 2 points of the Raiders.
Kind of lingering around this kind of all night. Every time they recover, the Raiders stretch it back out.
Crossover dribble by Finley Love. There's that zone defense. They go to Griswold. She'll shoot the 3 from the top of the key. That's short, no good. The ball is loose. Players hitting the deck. Fallis tries to get the ball. Now the ball comes into the backcourt. Got players diving for it, and we're going to get a jump ball. We've got like 4 players on the floor.
Right, that was crazy. That thing came from all the way back in the Raiders' front court, rolls all the way back to almost the free throw line, or the 3-point line, rather, of the Cobblers. Girls running all over the place, like you said, hitting the floor. And I think they're, and they're going to talk about this for a little bit, but I think they were, as an officiating crew, you see players diving in. You want to grab every opportunity to get a jump ball, to get a whistle, because you want them to stop. Otherwise, somebody's going to get hurt. And I think they're talking about, the shot clock. Nobody really had possession of it. So now the Raiders continue with it.
And the shot clock at 26 seconds. Griswold in the backcourt. The ball is tipped. Here's Griswold. Over to Porter. She'll cross the timeline. Porter to Peterson. Again, the Raiders 5-2. Here's Peterson to Higgins along the right elbow. Now to Love, wide open in the right corner. That 3 is no good. Landry, another rebound for the Cobblers. Landry hands the ball off to Kohlhoff. Mariel Kohlhoff gives the ball to Jones. Aaliyah Jones, the basketball for the Cobblers. Top of the key. A nice move behind the back dribble. And she is fouled, so a chance to tie for the Cobblers.
And we know what a scoring machine Aaliyah Jones is. Leading scorer last year. Did you say she set
the school record for a single game for the most points in a single game? 34 or 38. And she misses that free throw. It just rolls around the rim and comes out. She's 2 for 4 this evening from the charity stripe. She makes 1 of 2. It's a 5-0 run to start this fourth quarter for the Rapid City Central Cobblers. The Raiders 30, the Cobblers 29 on the State Farm scoreboard. Higgins in the right corner. Spins along the baseline, now drives, she's cut off, and there's a steal by Kohlhoff. Kohlhoff races into the front court, loses the ball. Finley Love comes away with it. Love back the other way, gets into the paint. Tries to pass it to Higgins. Instead, it's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, and that was all started with Finley Love. She kind of stuck in the back door. They all yell Wolf. You'll hear that when you're on the court side. You hear Wolf, Wolf. They're coming behind. So that's exactly what she did. She popped it out, ricocheted off a couple of legs. She gets the ball, heads back the other way, but she went right into a double team and forced it too much.
So the Cobblers have a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. We have 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Carlo shoots the three. That one is no good. Dallas tries to chase it down. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be Raider basketball. Brittany Jones checks back in as for the Raiders, as does Tracelyn Strand for the Cobblers.
Carlo was 7 of 12 last night. I don't know that has she hit a shot yet tonight.
She only has 1 point in the ball game.
I didn't think she hit anything from the floor.
Brittany Jones works her way into the front court. Crossover dribble. Now left side, they get it to Griswold. Griswold bounce pass to Porter, backdoor pass to Porter. And Porter's going to put it in for two.
Yeah, you just can't let her sneak in. She will just take care of the block.
Averaging 21 points per game. She has 12 tonight for Talia Porter.
We're going to call her the Lego lady because she loves blocks.
Leah Landry is going to drive, put up the shot, and she paints it in for two.
And Talia Porter has to be cautious. She doesn't want to pick up that extra foul there, so she didn't contest that.
That's 15 points now for Leah Landry. 32-31, the Raiders by one on the State Farm scoreboard. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Griswold the ball, but it's going to be stolen by Kohlhoff. Kohlhoff in the front court. There's the scoop shot. They wave off the shot. Yeah. It's going to be a foul, though, against the Raiders.
Yeah, that was on Jessica Griswold. That's probably a better breakaway. If you got an opportunity, make it either leave her alone and let it just happen, or get the foul early so you don't give up an easy bucket. And probably in this situation, if you're a player like Jessica Griswold, she comes off the bench, you can afford to put one of those fouls.
So the first on Jessica Griswold, it's 32-31. Again, the Cobblers can take the lead for the first time tonight. Here's Jones. She's going to fire a three. That's off the right side of the rim. No good. Finley Love pushes the ball to Jones in the front court. Jones chases it down, gets underneath the basket. She is stuck underneath, has to call a timeout. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. It's a 30-second timeout called by the Raiders. Again, on the State Farm scoreboard, the Raiders lead the Cobblers 32-31. Dean, I think we have a score from the other rival game tonight.
The big rivalry game. Earlier, I'm going to see if they got another quick update, but the Rapid City Christian Comets were leading the Cavaliers, and now at halftime, the Cavaliers are beating the Comets 50-34, so a huge second quarter for the Cavaliers because they were trailing that down in Hart Ranch earlier, so a big-time rival, and what a swing. Just absolutely a monster second quarter for that. If that score is correct, just want to make sure it is, because the Comets now they just readjusted it. It's now 34-21. I don't know what happened. It's 34-21, so we're going to correct the score. 34-21, Rapid City Christians leading St. Thomas More, end of the first half.
We resume action after that timeout. Raider basketball. Here's Finley Love. She'll shoot the three from the right wing. That's no good. Leah Landry gets another rebound down the left sideline. She races into the front court. Landry right side to Strand. She'll give it to Jones. Jones to Strand. Looking inside for Landry. Instead, they'll go to Fallis. Malik Fallis, cross-court pass to Kohlhoff. Kohlhoff drives in the lane, bounce pass to Landry. Landry has the shot blocked by Porter, but Landry goes to the free throw line.
Porter was right there at an opportunity. I don't think anyone, the Raider faithful rather, don't like that call.
3 minutes and 41 seconds to play. Leah Landry at the free throw line. She's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe tonight.
You know, she only had 3 rebounds going into the half. I'd be surprised if she's not approaching that double-digit rebounding mark.
Working on a double-double once again. She had one last night in Spearfish. She misses the first free throw. Again, a chance to tie with this free throw. And that one is no good. Here come the Raiders, leading by 1, 32-31 on the State Farm scoreboard. Allie Peterson, the basketball. She'll hand it off to Jones. Brittany Jones, right in front of the Raider bench.
Tough for her to get out of there. Run the baseline, exactly what you want.
There's Jones, bounce pass to Love. Now they get it to Porter. Over to Porter on the elbow, back to Porter. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Julia Porter, right side, they go to Jones. 5 seconds now. Porter, triple team, puts up the shot. A tough shot, no good. The ball's tapped around. Landry comes away with it. Landry slows it down, gives it to Jones. Jones in the front court. And Coach Miller wants a timeout.
Yeah, she's got a few to work with. She wants to set something big. Big possession here. I realize there's still just under 3 minutes to go here in this game, but she's got to get some sort of flow going on here. The ball's kind of all over the place, being cohesive again, and she wants to make sure she corrals it and gets a good possession out of it.
Absolutely. We have 2 minutes and 59 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. And on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it's the Raiders 32, the Cobblers 31. We'll step aside for 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
This is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Now we want to welcome you back to Carroll Hire Gymnasium to the Anytime Auto Sales, Service, and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Along with Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. It is Cobbler basketball. They trail by 1. Here's Leah Landry driving. She puts up the shot and a travel on Leah Landry.
So what happened here is she picked up the ball and then she took 2 steps as she went through the defender. And instead of the jump step, what she needed to do, she took the 2.
Peterson, bounce pass to Higgins on the right baseline. She'll kick it out. It'll go to Love and a travel at the other end on Finley Love.
Yeah, she did the old Fred Flintstone, as I like to call that one.
So the Cobblers, again, with another opportunity to either tie or take the lead. We're going to get a whistle. This will be against Callie Peterson. That is number 2 on Peterson. 4th team foul this quarter against the Raiders. Aaliyah Jones will trigger it in right in front of the Raider bench. Jones gets it into Kohlhoff. Kohlhoff picks up her dribble on the wing. And Coach Miller wants to take a timeout immediately.
Talking to her team right, they barely even got in the huddle. She's like, guys, this isn't what I drew up here. We got to make something happen here.
So a 30-second timeout for Coach Taya Miller. I always want to say Tia, but Taya.
Is it Taya? Okay.
Taya Miller. We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. 32-31, Rapid City Stevens leading Rapid City Central. The first time these two teams met, it was the Raiders pulling away in the second half as they get the win 68-57. This game, much different than that first game.
Yeah, both teams kind of came out kind of erratic. We saw that in the first half, kind of just a really kind of lumpy. That's the right way to describe it. Kind of lumpy first half, and it hasn't been too much better in the second half, but that shot's not going in. You want to say it's defense, and there definitely is plenty of defense going on, but the shooting percentages are an indication of, and the turnovers are really what's kind of driving this.
So coming out of that timeout, Cobbler basketball. Here's Aaliyah Jones, the basketball. She'll get it to Kohlhoff. Kohlhoff back to Jones. Jones puts up the shot, and it's going to go in for Jones. And the Cobblers take the lead for the first time tonight with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the ball game. 33-32 on the State Farm scoreboard. Leah Porter, the basketball, top of the key.
And you just can't stand there. 5 players, and they're just standing there doing nothing.
She gets it to Jones. Jones, bounce pass, left corner. Peterson wide open for 3. It's in and out, no good. Jones comes away with it for the Cobblers. Aaliyah Jones works her way into the front court, being guarded by Finley Love. There's the pick and roll to Landry. Landry is going to be fouled as she hits the deck. And Leah Landry goes to the free throw line. She has missed 3 straight free throws.
She's kind of a little out of control, but still just kind of bowls her way through it. And that's number 4 on Porter, which might be the underscore of that storyline there.
15 foul this quarter, so the Cobblers will be in bonus. Landry makes the free throw. She's made 2 out of 5 for 40% in this ball game. The Cobblers now lead 34-32. The Raiders have only scored 2 points in this quarter. It's a 10-2 run by the Cobblers. Second free throw is good for Landry. What a night she has had, and it's a 3-point Raider lead. A Cobbler lead, rather. 1:28. Here come the Raiders. Left side, they go to Love. Love to Jones. Jones directing traffic. Crossover dribble to the left side. Now into the left corner to Higgins. Out to Love for 3. It's in and out, no good. Higgins the rebound. Kicks it out to Love for another 3. That's no good. A battle for the rebound. It is loose, but it's going to be picked up by Kohlhoff. And Kohlhoff races to the other end and gets the layup. That gives the Cobblers a 5-point lead, 37-32 at the other end. Higgins' shot is no good. Then Jones comes away with it. What a turn of events in this fourth quarter. Landry ahead to Kohlhoff, 43 seconds remaining. The Cobblers just playing keep away, and Landry is going to be fouled.
Yeah, they're going to have to do that. Now they're going to start doing stuff like that. How about just the Raiders, when they needed a big play, they tried to push it back the other way on that last, right after the free throw by Landry, and it was an easy opportunity. Unfortunately, couldn't finish at the rim, and the Cobblers get it back, and now they got their big 5-point lead, and now I think we're going to get a free throw shootout here.
Landry misses the free throw. Finley Love committed that last foul. She picked up number 5, so she is out of the game. Finishes with just 2 points.
Coach Standenberg's got to collect a few things here. He's going to talk about, okay, going to drop a big play. Now, I'm still a little perplexed. They've got that zone, and I know that they want to square up with a good shot early in the last couple of possessions down the court, but literally every player is just trying to stand somewhere. You've got to get them to shift around. You don't have like 1 or 2 players that need to stand there. You put one in the short, if you're going to run the short porch, put one in the short porch and one at one of the top of the elbows or right in the middle of the little bubble right above the free throw line there. And then you start moving the ball back and forth, and you move it in, and you move it out, and you move it down, and you try to get the Cobblers to misadjust on how they're going to defend. And if you move it in and out and side to side, getting maybe a screen toward the top or a penetration as you get a screen and then a dribble off of that, getting that penetration, that usually opens up that short porch there. But really, they just kind of standing there, not even like directing traffic, nobody went anywhere.
Second free throw coming up for Leah Landry. And Landry makes them both. Or she missed the first, made the second. It's 38-32. Here's Porter at the other end. In the paint, drives, puts up the shot, no good. Nothing falling for the Raiders. We're going to get a foul.
Yeah, it's going to be on, I think it's going to be on the Cobblers. Porter got her own rebound, and then I think the Cobblers kind of went after her.
So that'll be Malik Fallis picking up number 3. Second team foul. Jones triggers it in. Gets the ball up to, or gets it to Porter, and Porter is fouled as she drives the right baseline.
It's like, at the moment, I think Porter, I don't know if she feels the pressure as being kind of the team leader here. Get it into her. She's 3 Cobblers, red jerseys draped all over her, yet she's still trying to go up. Not that she can't make those shots, but it's just less likely of a one. Plus, if you can hit a 3, I mean, they're only down 6. Porter misses the first free throw. They're all collapsed. It's like a 4 out. Get it into her. You have the inbounder pop to the corner there. Porter makes the second. It's 38-35. The Cobblers by 5. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul against the Raiders, so we'll come back to the other end to shoot free throws. We'll probably pretty much be shooting free throws. Yep, we definitely will be. Mario Kolha, well, it just depends on how quickly the Raiders can get it to the other end and get a shot up. Kohlhoff at the free throw line. She has just got 2 points in this ball game. First trip to the charity stripe. Misses that free throw. 38-33. Second free throw coming up for Kohlhoff. That one is good. It's a 6-point Cobbler lead, 39-33. We're down to 25 seconds. Porter into the front court, had the ball knocked out of her hands by Jones. So it will stay Raider basketball with 21 and a half seconds remaining. I don't know if Talia was looking at Brittany. Brittany Jones was in the corner, like, wide open. It's like, get an opportunity here. There's a 3, but it's a tough shot there by Talia Porter. That's kind of incredible. Not the fact that it was a foul, but it's just out of nowhere. It's like she must have felt the defender all over her and decided to go for shots. Now 3 huge free throws coming up here, and we said it was a 2-possession game, and this could cut it right down to a 1. Porter with free throw attempt number 1, misses it. Looking at free throw shooting on the season, Talia Porter is a 76% free throw shooter. Here's the second free throw attempt. It is no good. Just 1 of 4 in this ball game. And Coach Heatmiller will take a timeout. It's a full timeout for the Cobblers. She's got to get her free throw shooters in the game without giving up ball handling skills as they get ready. Of course, the Raiders, they're going to be all over it to try to go for the steal at first, and then if they can't get the quick, easy steal, which they're actually quite good at, then they're going to go for the foul after. So on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by Agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, we're down to just 18.6 seconds remaining. Again, the Cobblers lead 39-33. In this fourth quarter, the Cobblers came in trailing by 6 points, but the Cobblers have outscored the Raiders 15-3 in this fourth quarter. Yeah, the woes, the Raiders, they just can't get a shot to fall tonight. And I know that was a little bit of Spearfish's problem last night, and we talked about kind of the woes of the Raiders. They're not taking care of opponents easily. They're getting the wins, but they're not easy wins. They're having to kind of gut it out, and they work hard. They got a good defense, but they really offensively rely a lot on that shooting, and it's just not falling tonight. And both of these teams came into this ball game riding a 3-game win streak. Here's the last free throw by Porter, and she makes that free throw. 14 points for Talia Porter tonight, and she's going to exit. Kind of crazy. I think he's probably just saving her for the foul. Kohlhoff gets the ball in. Fouled immediately is going to be Jones. And then Porter's going to check back in. Yep. He doesn't want her to get that 5th foul. At the free throw line will be Aaliyah Jones. 3 of 5 tonight from the free throw line for Aaliyah Jones. For the Cobblers, they lead 39-35, and nothing but net there for Aaliyah Jones. 15 points on the night for Jones. She had
9 points last night in the win over Spearfish. Second free throw is good for Jones. The Cobblers go up by 7, 41-34 with 17.5 seconds remaining. The ball is in. It's going to be loose. The ball is loose and a scramble for it. We're going to get a jump ball. And that was Kohlhoff getting out there to start with. She's the one that tipped the ball that caused it to kind of ricochet. And the Cobblers are going to have the ball, getting it off the jump. And now just the opportunities for the Raiders are fading quickly. Aaliyah Jones will trigger it in. She gets the ball into Landry. Landry, top of the key, just dribbles at midcourt. And finally, Higgins commits the foul. That's going to be number 3 on Higgins. Heading to the free throw line is Leah Landry. 4 of 8 tonight for 50% for Landry. And that free throw is good. Basically, the Cobblers putting the exclamation point on this ball game. They lead by 8, 42-34. Second free throw, no good. Tamia Poorbear chases it down. 7 seconds. Poorbear gets it to Higgins in the front court. She'll race there and lay it in for 2. The clock continues to run. Tracelyn Strand will just dribble it out, and the Cobblers get the win tonight over the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. They come from behind, and they split the season series with the Raiders. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. The final score, Rapid City.
Ago. Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS. Do you have a...
My kid wrecked his car, his third car. The kid needs a car. We need the kid to have a car. What did I do? I begged my insurance agent for mercy. That's another story. Then I went to Copper Motors in Rapid City and found a safe, reliable car.
Copper & Motors is a small, trusted dealership specializing in safe, quality, pre-owned vehicles. No pressure, no hassle. Each vehicle is inspected, serviced, and detailed with a warranty like no other. Copper & Motors, corner of Campbell and Omaha.
Teams, and they want to be your trusted partner for all of your banking needs. Pioneer Bank and Trust is local. Be sure to visit them at pioneerbankandtrust.com. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Again, welcome back to Carroll Hire Gymnasium as we wrap things up on a Friday night in round 2 of the Rapid City rivalry. It was the girls' game tonight, and a huge fourth quarter for the Rapid City Central Cobblers. They outscore Rapid City Stevens 18-6 in the fourth quarter to come back and get the win over the Raiders, 42-36. So with that win for the Cobblers, they split the series this year. Of course, the Raiders won the first matchup. The Cobblers win the second. That's how it's been the last 3 years. The teams have split the last 3 years. With that win, the Cobblers now improved to 5-6. And with that loss, the Raiders dropped to 7-6. On the season. But, Dean, what a game tonight. Of course, we love to see this rivalry game. And, as much as the Cobblers, they were down by, I think it was at least 8 points at one point, and they just actually they were down by the largest lead for the Raiders was 8 points. Yep, and Cobblers just never gave up. They got themselves back in this ball game and pull out the win.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny when you look at the numbers. We'll look at the numbers in a little bit. They are almost identical in numbers, and so you almost have to dig deeper into the numbers and kind of see some of that. But really, what it is, let's just be straight up. Right now, the Lady Raiders are not playing as they were maybe earlier in the season, or maybe the potential that I think people kind of think they could. When you go back to their schedule, you look, they got blown out by Sioux Falls Jefferson in the second game of the new year over in Sioux Falls. Then they came back, they played Gillette. They beat them by 10, but it was a hard-fought game. It was a tough game that they had to really work at. Then they just got by Watertown by 5. They beat Brookings by 13, but that game was not anywhere near that close. That was, in fact, they were losing at the end of the third quarter in that game and had to fight back, and Brookings just had a terrible fourth quarter. So they're really not taking care of opponents as they kind of expected. And unfortunately tonight, that's kind of what we saw. You've got to be able to convert the easy shots. You got to be able to take care of the basketball well. The turnovers are just crazy. Both teams, crazy turnovers. But kind of all of those things you've got to get together. Otherwise, you fight this uphill battle. I think the Raiders are kind of there. On the other side, how about the Cobblers? 4 straight now that they have won. Tonight they showed that they have to battle in order to get those wins, and that they are a team that can do that. Fourth quarter, they took care of business moderately easy last night, worked so hard, came back tonight, struggled, and then finally put it together and just had that fantastic fourth quarter to get things together. Just kind of hitting on all cylinders, and I think just they really took advantage of the Raiders' inability to get to the rim, to knock down the shots that they needed to, and forcing turnovers. That kind of all came to fruition there in the fourth quarter, and the Cobblers just put the pedal to the metal, as they say. I know that's probably an old school term, but put the gas down and just plowed through that fourth quarter on the route to that victory.
After a 1-6 start for the Cobblers, they have now turned it around with 4 straight wins, and really just are playing much better basketball than they started the season with.
Oh, they are, and you can see right now they are, and we said this last night, they are playing so well as a team. Now, the turnovers are still ridiculous, and they really got to work on that. But, sometimes, and I hate to make excuses for the turnovers, but sometimes you're working hard, and you're trying to make plays. And in order to get past the tentativeness of a basketball team where you're not confident in yourself in making plays, in knocking down shots and whatever, you have to, the risk-reward of the foul versus making a great play. Sometimes it's a very fine line, and I think they're still working on that, but it's starting to show that they are able to work and play together, and they're not afraid to take some chances and get after the ball, and that's only going to mature itself as the season progresses along into February and into the SODAC 16.
Again, the Cobblers come back tonight. They outscore the Raiders in the fourth quarter 18-6 to get the win. The Cobblers over the Raiders tonight, 42-36. Again, that splits the series this year, or splits their games. The Raiders won the first matchup. The Cobblers win number 2 here in Carroll Higher Gymnasium. Let's take a look at today's box score, being brought to you by The Box. The Box is the Midwest's newest and most innovative event center, featuring native hardwood floors, digital scoreboards, color-changing lights. They have an enormous space to host multiple sports games at once. The Box is really the premier youth sports venue in the area. But sports aren't the only thing they can host. The Box can turn into the perfect space for any of your meetings, conventions, or receptions. To plan your next event, visit thebox.live. Looking first at the Raiders tonight, they were led by Talia Porter. She came in averaging 21, a little better than 21 points per game. Finishes, though, with 14 points tonight. 10 points for Isabel Higgins. 4 points for Tamia Poorbear. And then 2 points each for Brittany Jones, Finley Love, Hallie Peterson, and Jessa Griswold. For the Rapid City Central Cobblers, they were led by the freshman Leah Landry. 19 points tonight, 16 for Aaliyah Jones. Then you had 3 points for Mariel Kohlhoff, 2 points for Aubrey Sains, and then just 1 point for Tracelyn Strand and Lolo Carlo. So, again, last night Carlo had the real good game, 17 points to lead the Cobblers. Tonight was just not her night shooting the basketball, but other players stepped up and they pull out the victory.
Yeah, absolutely. Leah Jones, we knew she could score. It really stepping up and helping out with that. Obviously, Leah Landry just doing a fantastic job. She's having a run. She's really she's becoming the foundation for this team right now, and just everything's building off of that. It's quite amazing. Speaking of the box scores, you dig deep into it. I knew we could find some numbers because it's all very similar when you look at it, but when you get really deep into the numbers, you can see what happened tonight. The shooting percentage for both teams from the floor for the game, 28%. Both of them, 28%. It's crazy. Turnovers, 20-19. Rebounds, 37-35. Offensive rebounds, 12-10, so 25 each. So all those numbers are like, okay, those are all very similar. So exactly what happened? What's the deal tonight? Second half scoring for the Raiders, they shot 24%, where the Cobblers shot 38% from the floor. And here's probably the number that would absolutely jaw-dropping if you know anything about Raider basketball. Tonight, they were 0 of 18 from downtown. 0 for 18. They take those shots, but they absolutely did not hit any of those shots tonight. The Cobblers didn't do much better, and they like to shoot the three. They shot really well last night. They only shot 15% from downtown, just a 3 of 20. But 0 for 18 for the Raiders? I don't think I can recall a game where the Raiders did not make the Lady Raiders did not make a single three-pointer. Yeah, that's just almost incredible. As Coach Danberg last year said, I think we're going to set a record for number of three-point shots in Raider history. But tonight, it just wasn't there. They usually take about 20, maybe a few more than 20. And, they took them, but just nothing was falling tonight for the Raiders, and especially in that second half, and especially in that fourth quarter. So the Cobblers come back. They get the win again tonight, 42-36 over Rapid City Stevens in girls basketball action. With the win, the Cobblers have now won 4 in a row. They're 5-6 on the year. For the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, they have their 3-game win streak snapped, and they drop to 7-6 on the season. Let's take a look now at our highlight of the game. Today's highlight of the game is brought to us by Highmark Credit Union. Did you know that Highmark Credit Union was started as Rapid City Teachers Federal Credit Union over 80 years ago in what was known as Rapid City High School? Well, Highmark is proud to support education and our local schools. With a full range of consumer products and commercial lending services, Highmark now serves thousands of area members in western South Dakota. Consider joining Highmark. We'll make it happen. HighmarkFCU.com. And this is our Highmark highlight of the game. So coming out of that timeout, Cobbler basketball. Here's Aaliyah Jones, the basketball. She'll get it to Kohlhoff. Kohlhoff back to Jones. Jones puts up the shot, and it's going to go in for Jones. And the Cobblers take the lead for the first time tonight with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the ball game. 33-32 on the State Farm scoreboard. A minute 28. Here come the Raiders. Left side, they go to Love. Love to Jones. Jones directing traffic. Crossover dribble to the left side. Now into the left corner to Higgins. Out to Love for 3. It's in and out, no good. Higgins the rebound. Kicks it out to Love for another 3. That's no good. A battle for the rebound. It is loose, but it's going to be picked up by Kohlhoff, and Kohlhoff races to the other end and gets the layup. That gives the Cobblers a 5-point lead, 37-32 at the other end. Higgins' shot is no good. Then Jones comes away with it. What a turn of events in this fourth quarter.
And again, that was our Highmark highlights of the game, being brought to you by Highmark Credit Union. Be sure to visit them at highmarkfcu.com. Looking at today's player of the game, it's sponsored by Claiborne Los and Sabres. Whether it's divorce, injury, or a business dispute, when you need someone to really step up for you, the law office of Claiborne Los and Sabres is always ready. Just Google Claiborne Los and Sabres in Rapid City. So, Dean, you've got a big decision to make tonight.
I do, and obviously, both Stevens and Central here, so we're going to get two players of the game tonight. We'll start with the Raiders, and without this player, the Raiders they really struggle all over the place. They had some help from a few other players tonight. Isabel Higgins does a great job working down low. There's a lot that she contributes. She almost had a double-double, 10 points, 9 rebounds, but without Talia Porter's scoring ability, Higgins does a lot of the cleanup, but Porter, she cleans up and she just muscles her way into where she needs to. A little bit of foul trouble tonight, which had an impact on it, probably impact on the game, but she finished with 14 points and 8 rebounds. So for the Raiders, it's going to be Talia Porter, and none other than, I already talked about this player, how she's really kind of carrying, even though there's lots of numbers and lots of players and everyone's doing a lot of work, they're playing great team basketball. Leah Landry has drawn, she's been kind of like the nucleus now all of a sudden. Coming into the season, we knew she was talented, what she could do, coming in as an 8th grader from last year. So just the maturation of her into this next level has really changed things. And so instead of just a three-point shooting team where they move the ball around, Lolo Carlo came in. She's a ball player. Aaliyah Jones, a scoring machine. But the bottom line is it all circles around the black hole. I'm not going to call her the black hole, but that's kind of what it's like. She kind of sucks everything in as far as the attention down low and what the Cobblers need to do to really offset the shooting, and that is just her ability down low. So Leah Landry, just really the nucleus of now the Cobbler ball game, and it's really going to affect teams going down. And if they can continue to utilize it and let her play her game, they're going to have an impact on all the teams that they play.
So that's our players of the game, Talia Porter and Leah Landry from the Raiders and the Cobblers. Our players of the game brought to us by Claiborne Los and Sabres in Rapid City. Real quickly, we just want to run down some scores for you. I know we probably should have close to a final of the St. Thomas More Rapid City Christian boys game tonight as we try to track that down.
Get to it. 3 minutes left in the fourth, unless it updates on me. Rapid City Christian leads St. Thomas More 59-46 with just 3 minutes left to go.
Also, another final tonight. It was Sturgis Brown High School defeating Red Cloud 48-39 in boys basketball action. Looking at the girls' scores real quickly. The final, Red Cloud 52, Sturgis Brown High School 25, is Red Cloud again. Just an amazing girls basketball team, still undefeated on the season.
Yeah, they are. They play so well, and they just got done playing Spearfish here last week, and just they play together so much. And what's funny is this Cobbler team kind of reminds me of them. Right now, obviously the records aren't the same, but they work hard. They trap you on their defense. They shoot well. Obviously night in, night out, it's not going to be perfect, but they're very, very similar. I like what I see in both programs.
One more score to report in girls basketball. A battle there in the Southern Hills. It was Custer 50, Hill City 49. And I believe Hill City's leading the Region 8A in girls basketball.
Yeah, they were coming into at least Tuesday night anyway.
So again, just some scores to update you on real quickly. For tomorrow night, it'll be the round 2 of the Rapid City rivalry for the boys game, and that'll be at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. It'll be Rapid City Stevens, 8-4 on the season, as they host Rapid City Central. They're coming off of that tough loss last night to Spearfish. For the Cobblers, they are 1-9 here at the midway point of the season, but they'll have round 2 tomorrow night. The Raiders took round 1 over there at Howard Nas Gym, so looking forward to another battle between the Raiders and the Cobblers.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Cobblers are hoping to have maybe a better showing from last night. It just kind of in general, the overall picture of it is the fact that the players just aren't putting a lot into it. There are some individual efforts, and each during the game, there are some highlights in which they stand out. They do some good things. Carlson last night had moments where he did some great things. Whiting has some moments. Janvern has his moments, but it's kind of like Swiss cheese a little bit. It's a little here, a little there, and they really got to bring it all together and get a little bit of cheddar down there. A good whole block of cheddar cheese is something to get in there and put a full game together, because they're going to have to work really hard as a team if they're going to expect to compete against these Raider boys that, definitely playing better than they did last year. Lots of talent there, and again, round two of, Shunzi transferring over here. That's always the storyline. It was first time. I'm sure we're going to talk about it again tomorrow night.
The Raiders won that first matchup 64-32. In that ball game, it was Daylor Segrist who led the way with 17 points for the Raiders. But again, we'll have our pregame tomorrow night, 6:45, the tip-off at 7 o'clock, right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Well, that'll wrap up our Pioneer Bank and Trust post-game show right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Again, the final score, Rapid City Central, they outscore the Raiders in that fourth quarter by a score of 18-6 to come back and get the win. It was Rapid City Central 42 and Rapid City Stevens 36. Again, we want to thank Matt Kearney back at the station for the Kearney Files and running the board each and every game. We greatly appreciate that as well. And like I said, that'll wrap up our broadcast. For Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. You have been listening to high school girls basketball action on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and FoxSportsRapidCity.com, as well as GoRaidersLive.com. Want to wish you a great rest of your night, a great weekend. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. Again, 7 o'clock. It's the boys, Rapid City Central and Rapid City Stevens, right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Have a great night, everyone.